Hi folks, it's Elaine from Papercraft Button, coming to you today from a very noisy conservatory. I've got a panting dog because she's been to the park and there is a wasp in here, and my neighbour is cutting his grass again just to make me look bad. Anyway, so following on from the gift box punch board last week, I thought I would just do one more project with it. There's probably hundreds of people who've done them, but you know, maybe somebody who watches me hasn't. So we're just going to make cube box today using the gift box punch board for the bottom. For the top, I'm going to use the scoreboard and the envelope punch board to make these notches on the corner. Can you see? But obviously you don't have to if you haven't got one. You know, you can just do them straight. So anyway, so this one is Sahara Sand and Perfect Pennants. I think that's stamp set. And this box measures 4 by 4 by 4, and what I decided on the board last week, I took 2 measurements from the board and one that I didn't, but today I thought I would stick to the board. So we're going to start, the big one is 4 by 4 by 4. Don't panic, I'm not going to make all the sizes with you before you think ugh. The next one down is 3 1/4 square. And then we've got a 2 1/2 square, and then we've got 1 3/4. So the first one is Sahara Sand, and you know, they all fit inside one another. This one is Blushing Bride and Flower Pot, I think that paper is. And then the next one, oh, that's Tangerine Tango on that lid as well. I just thought to tie in with the DSP. We're going to do ours with the paper just on the top. I kept the paper all the way around this and it made the corners a little bit too bulky. So I've got Pumpkin Pie and Tempting Turquoise with Sweet Taffy. And well, it just wouldn't be right, would it, if I don't use a bit of maritime paper. So that's the tiny one. But wouldn't that be fun if you had, like, I don't know, grandchild or something, you would do a little bit of a trick present? It's not children, it's not cruelty to children, don't panic. Right, I won't sit there and put all those in. I will find a home for those though towards the side. So today we're going to make the big one, the 4 by 4 by 4, and for that you need to start with a 12 by 12 sheet of card. Now don't forget your gift box punch board has the extendable arm. Wrong way. I'm looking at the camera the wrong way. Which actually I do think the envelope punch board could do with, but it hasn't. So we need to line up, this is Wild Wasabi, because I'm going to use the Painted Petals DSP, and you'll see why I chose this colour in a moment. So because it's just a cube, we're going to line it up at the extra large on all 4 sides. And we are going to do the diagonals on all 4, and we're going to do those at extra large as well. So the next size is down. Obviously you just need to follow the plan on the scoreboard, but I will put them on the blog as well. Because obviously when you're doing this, you're covering your instructions, aren't you? I realise it's not hard to move it, but you know. Looks like it's going to rain there any minute. I'm just hoping it doesn't rain. Oh, did I forget to do the diagonal? I did. Oh, silly me. Yeah. You'll be pleased to know I'm coming to you pre-coffee this week, so hopefully we won't have any shakes. I've got seagulls now. Sounds like I'm at the seaside today. Right, are we done? Right, okay, so now you need to flip it over and line up at extra large again on all 4 sides and just punch. So you'll all be pleased to know that Lucy Lockett is fighting fit again. She's back. Seriously, can you hear that, I wonder? It sounds like I'm in the middle of Broadstairs. Yeah, she's fighting fit again, so that's all good. Right, we don't need to worry about punching any little notches to close the box because we're not going to close ours like that. So that's that for now. Oh, I'm going to put my rubbish. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to fold on all of those score lines. Maybe this was a little bit bigger size, I should have done the smaller one on the camera, shouldn't I? You're stuck with it now, I'm afraid, anyway. Okay. Alright. So don't forget you've got your diagonals, so that will just bring that, you just literally fold that and it goes into place. You can use your bone folder if you want to. Don't really think you need to too much. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to actually, you could put both of your, when you bring this up, we're going to actually fold over what would be the top if you were making a complete box. And we're going to stick that down, and obviously you'd do the same over there. But what I've done with each of those is I actually just tucked one in each one, and I've worked out that actually it makes the box, slightly more stable. So I'm just going to put some good old sticky strip, which I'm not sure if any of you have noticed is on the retired list. Shock horror. Let me just see where I need to put it. Oh, well, that's where it's going to go, because that's where it's landed. I don't know. Obviously you could use Tombow, but you'd need to put maybe some bulldog clips on it or something to let it dry. Oh my word, I think the static is worse out here in the conservatory. Oh my goodness, I've just cut my finger nearly. Yeah, I'm bleeding. That's good, isn't it? Those scissors are very sharp. Alright, so I'm going to bring the first one up. Oh my word, it just defeats me every time, doesn't it? Oh my word, I made that look so much harder than it needed to look. Okay. Do you know what, I would have put this on earlier if I'd known whereabouts the right place was. Let's see if I can do it any better with my fingers. Not vastly. I am bleeding. Show must go on, as they say. Alright, last one. For this bit. You get to do it all again in a minute with me with the lid. Okay. Alright, so that is done. Let's move those over. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to bring the scoreboard. If you've got your trimmer, obviously you can do it with your trimmer. And we have the lid, which we're going to do in Pacific Point. I haven't brought this out for a while, have I? Or have I? Ooh, no, I don't think so. Okay, and this measures 7 1/8. So although that says it's 4 by 4, when you measure it, it's a smidge over on all of the sizes. Doesn't matter which size you do, it all works out they're all just a smidge over. So 7 1/8. On the bigger box I'm allowing 1 1/2 for the size. So I have to check where I'm bleeding from. Right, so I'm going to score 1 1/2 on all 4 sides, because it's a square box and it needs to match. Okay. So this next bit is optional, but I thought why I'm showing off my boards, I might as well bring out this one as well. So what we're going to do is just going to line that up at the 1 1/2, because remember that's where we scored, and we're just going to punch that. So line it out 1 1/2 each time. And then flip it over and do the same, like we do with the gift box punch board. And this it just adds to the, you know, just makes the lid a little bit fancy. If you don't want it a little bit fancy, then please skip ahead. I'm not sure why you wouldn't want it fancy. So I've really cut myself. It's stopping bleeding now, but luckily I'm wearing black and wiping it all down my leg as I'm going. In an ideal world I would just stop, but then maybe I wouldn't come back today, so there we go. Alright, got something sticky on there. Right, okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to snip up that score line, take a little notch out, and then we're just going to cut that. You don't have to do that bit actually, it does all match. It just takes a little bit of bulk. Then turn it round and then do the next corner. So you're cutting the same place, you're just turning the card, okay? So look, as you can see, it does line up, so you don't have to do that bit, but yeah. I've started, so I'll finish. Shh. Anybody think that dog has run a marathon? She's only been at the park for half an hour. I'm not sure if you can hear her on the video. Okay, so I think what I'll do is I'll stick my DSP on before. Look, I wrote on there, because I thought I'm going to cover it rather than lose a post-it note. So I'm actually going to mat. This is the Painted Blooms, Painted Petals paper, and this is Pacific Point and Wild Wasabi. And that measures 3 7/8 square. And the card, I'm not sure if you can see that, it says 4x4. Rose red, I think that is on the back. There's one colour I have never owned, apart from maybe in a multi-pack, but then I've probably used it as practice card, because I haven't got the ink or anything. Okay, so I am going to pop that on there next. It's quite a snug fit, because I didn't want much of the blue showing on the lid. I just want the blue showing on the side, and that's enough glue to wallpaper a house with, but never mind. So it should be just a small border. And I'm going back to the sticky strip, I'm afraid. I'll tell you what, I should just move the scissors this time, I think. They're really quite sharp, those scissors. It sliced through my finger. Don't tell anyone in the UK though, because health and safety will go mad. We're not allowed to breathe in the UK unless health and safety have cleared it in triplicate. Okay. Let's go again. What, I'm going to take all these off first, I think. Oh, look at me, speedy now, showing off. Let's go for hanging there. Okay, so just bring that up. You know how to do this bit, don't you? It's one on each side, so it matches the bottom half. Again, it just gives a little bit of stability. If you stick everything on one side and the other side and you've got nothing on the corresponding side, sometimes it can make it a little bit flimsy. Maybe that's just me being heavy-handed, but never mind. You get the idea. Okay. Just to prove it fits. Okay, so I've tried to do something different on each of the boxes. So this one I've just used, because I've used the Painted Petals paper. Is that called Painted Petals, that paper? I don't know, it might be called Painted Bloom, don't know. The stamp set's definitely called Painted Petals, and I've just stamped the You Are Amazingly Amazing and the little, there, flowers, and then I've got some Dazzling Diamond. I've forgotten to put any dimensionals on that. Some Dazzling Diamonds, and I've just punched that with the 1 3/4 inch scallop circle. And the white bit is punched with the 1 3/8. So let's see if I get, I'm not sure there's a right or a wrong way up for that, but you know me. So I've tried to do it so my flowers are facing the right way and my banner comes down that way. Now that banner, I just done that with just a normal rectangular piece of card, and then let me show you, demonstrate quickly. I've only got a little bit here. Oh, I've got a little bit. So you just bring your paper into the corner of your punch, square punch, and can you see it just gives you a banner. Oh, let me put that as a white. There we go. So there we go. 2 punch boards, like buses, aren't they? You don't see me with one and then 2 come along at once. So that's today's one. I'll just leave you with a snapshot of that one. All right, love you and leave you. Bye for now.